I said, soul, you're the first one to do. Hello. It's hard to beat Saribot. Sometimes people beat Saribot here, and I'm impressed with them. Alright, let me Instagram it up, baby. You're in class, I don't want to be here. I'm sorry. It's gonna be beautiful. Hello, Instagram. Would you like some tea? How about a countdown? Oh my god. Hey, I'm live. Do you like that? Does that excite you? Are you very sure? Sheep, hello. Off, hello. Alright, that was my Instagram. I was zooming in on my little... My, my like, face tracking face. I'm checking it to make sure there's no reflections. It looks okay. Star, hello. Yeah, I almost canceled stream, but I'm doing all right. I woke up late in the night with some stomach issues, and I was like, wow, that sucks. But I'm probably okay now. Bean. Well, hello. Well, hello there. Do you get it? Made Sora watch Casper for the first time. Tell me more. Sora, you watched Casper for the first time? Shark, hello. I'm sorry. I don't like allergies either. I don't get them that bad, but... Yeah, I don't know. I woke up and I was like, dang, do I have food poisoning? And I didn't throw up or anything. So maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm probably okay now. Never seen Casper till Ov's movie night. Ooh. Woo, 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 woo. Excuse me. So we're going to try something new today. I'm not going to load up the game until it's time to play the game. Because when I leave it on the opening screen, it like the sound gets all crazy. Tremors! Tremors is not the best movie ever. Love that ghost. I just love ghosts. Ghosts are great. Oh my god. Tremors has Kevin Bacon in it. It's the best movie ever. I don't know. No, people like Tremors. I don't know how scary Tremors is in the year 2023, if I'm being honest with you. Maybe in the year 900 when it was made. I'm just kidding. I'm just like taking issue with this movie for no reason. Yeah, it's kind of campy, if anything. It's more of an action movie, right? It's been a long time since I've seen it. I think I'm like... Comfy Crab Boy, I think I'm thinking of like all the Tremors sequels that are definitely terrible. You gotta give sub. B, hello. Ghost hunting. Why would we host them? They're fine. They're beautiful. They're wonderful. They're lovely. Tremors, Casper, Scooby-Doo, Zombie Island, and Alolan Scooby-Doo. Does the Alolan Scooby-Doo have like a different like fur pattern or like... We're like, what are we talking here? Hello, everybody. It is I, the boy that is a cat also. I'm both of those things. How are you? I'm fine. Happy Wednesday, baby, babies. I am, here comes the boy. I am ready. Bubba Wallace, hello, for a mystery. Now, I remember what happens next in this game. And if this is your first playthrough, oh boy, have I got some news for you. You gotta tell me something, tell it to me. You don't have to, that's all the text box is for, baby. You gotta, it's like, hey, I had a cousin that would always ask me like, can I ask you something? And I would always be like, yeah, you just did. It is me. I am welcoming you to stream. Wait a minute. Icy Soul, you're not new to stream. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ah. That was scissors. That's dangerous. Hey, wait a minute. Y'all are bullying me. As your local Coast Guard representative, I cannot discourage you enough to not do a murder on a boat. It is so much paperwork. I'm not gonna do the murder. There's not. Think of your local Coast Guard rep before doing a murder. Listen, you have nothing to worry about from me. Oh, I pressed it again. You have nothing to worry about from me. Let me try again. You have nothing to worry about from me. Nightmare, hello, welcome back. You have everything to worry about from me. Boo, 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 boo. Seemed like thunderstorms were a bad thing last night. Thunderstorms are fun. Just don't get struck by lightning. Re-download the Ace Attorney collection on your Switch. Hell yeah! Yeah. They're the best. They're so good. I'm progressively getting more suspicious. No.
Wow.
Mochalo! Happy Wednesday, everybody. The gang's all here. Ooh-ee. Alright, are we... I'm ready. We're here to chew gum and solve crimes. We're all out of gum. Wow, just wow. Alright. Oh, I gotta open up Steam, don't I? Coffee being sus never. Alright, we're gonna have some musical silence for just a moment. I'm gonna load up the video game. I like to have the video game loaded up already, but I don't get that choice today, I guess. Oh, excuse me. That was a big long burp. I gotta... This might be a burpy stream, y'all. Just be forewarned. I almost missed it. Alright, looks like it's working. Here we go! Alright, let's continue where we left off. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Part 1. Boy, howdy, you'd think so. Okay, here we go.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band.
Wow.
I believe this is the terrible coil to which she referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike.
Actual Sherlock
story. It truly
story.
was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
I turn it back down. About there-ish. All right, let me know if this is too loud, too short, or whatever. X is 1-to-1 is probably directly...
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
What even? Come on!
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
Shh. That won't be necessary.
This
You
is
see,
Ace Attorney,
in
yeah.
less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
I love him.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder.
It's
And
not a
it's
very
being
good
locked
Russian
from
accent at all.
inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
All right, now I'm gonna lower the volume. Okay. I think about here is where we're looking. Why did they make him hot? Star, it's an Ace Attorney game. There are no... Everybody's hot. Alright. So just to... I mentioned this before, but listen up. So, this game was originally out on, I believe, the 3DS. And it never got an official release in America until this remake of it, right? But because the 3DS is a few consoles ago, the main reason for that was that in Japan, as far as I'm aware, again, I might be missing on the particulars, but they just called him Sherlock Holmes, but there's copyright issues, so they couldn't bring it to America. So to solve that, they just renamed him Herlock Sholmes. Everything is the same. Except they just called him Herlock Sholmes. So, if you're like, hey, this is an awful lot like Sherlock Holmes, that's because it's supposed to be the real one. I prefer the DS versions. What do you mean you prefer them? What's going on? Something's not right here. Wait, I can't move. His name is Herlock Sholmes. Totally new and original. Ha! What the? Why am I in handcuffs? Why indeed? So you wake now, hmm? Oh, okay. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. Wait, this guy's got the lighter voice. I do not believe you could not wake up. You are true cold-blooded man. Ah, you found me then. Ah, we found you, and now you pay. Criminal! How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe? Sherlock Sholmes is also the copyright-free name that the author of Arsène Lupin used. What? I didn't know that. Who is that? Oh my gosh. He might be being framed again. Sorry. He is in handcuffs after all. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is. No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you, says Mystery Voice. Isn't that? Yeah! Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Sasato. Gentleman thief Arsène Lupin. Oh, Lupin the Third? Wait, Arsène Lupin. What crime used in the closet? What indeed? Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Ah, you pretend you do not know. You are a wolf in a sheep's belt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. My Russian accent's not very good either. Huh? Kazuma-sama was... Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. He's dead! Kazuma! The main character's boyfriend, or whatever. Here in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you are doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. These handcuffs. Surely you don't think I'm... I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please! No. No! Not Kazuma, my great pal, my very good friend. That is tragic. Kazuma, it was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Ha ha ha! Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was gonna die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. He was hot. Why do you have to die? You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. But I guess none of them are broken. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we should confide in her, shouldn't we? I mean, that's one way to get on the ship, yeah. I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. It's secret. We're gonna literally keep you in the closet, you see. Where is the wind coming from? Indeed. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to it hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Like the breeze that's blowing my hair all hither and thither. Ooh. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I'll tell you what. Why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going to this adventure in England together. As just friends. We're the best of friends. I'm so snuffly, I'm sorry. We leave at the next port. We leave you at the next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Ah! It's a fan for dramatic effect. One of the USB fans, you know? Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Duh, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? We're just friends. No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Sasato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you, too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. Suppose all I can do is try and find out what really happened. Boom! Kazuma's death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. They think I did it. They think I'm Kazuma's killer. When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via the porthole window. What? Oh, there's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. Cosmos brings a fan everywhere, like one of those big manual fans, the big handheld ones. Huh?
What the hell?
What the hell, B? What the hell? Or to put it another way, the culprit could have only been somebody inside this cabin. You have to clean the house. It'll be over in a jiffy, baby. Or do you have some other explanation? They say it was locked when they found it, but what if they did it and they're saying it's locked? I smell a conspiracy. Now you're thinking like an ace attorney. This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Hisato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died. The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until the expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there was no obvious signs of, external signs of injury then. That's true, yes.
About the incident.
Can anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Sasato-san arrived at the cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor. Dead as hell! He was super duper dead! If he was hiding in the closet, he would have seen the killer if it was cracked open. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard for me to believe too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, all right. My head feels so heavy, it's still throbbing like anything. Go away. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. She's so, delicate with her movements. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. As friends. We're just friends. Grandma gets to take her 2 cats home. Ooh, hell yeah. I love 2 cats. Cozy and I are 2 cats. And I love us. He actually asked you? He actually asked you? But why? We're just really good friends. I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. Why he kept me trapped in the closet for so long. That was weird. That was a decision. That was a decision that he made to keep me in the closet and keep it a secret from the people that we know. I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me into England with you?
Tell me. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I, that you ought to become a lawyer yourself?
Well, yes, you did say that. But I didn't think you were serious.
You make an R. Kelly song, an R. Kelly ballad.
hip-opera, if you will. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that.
But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer.
Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there?
Well, no, definitely not.
But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then we could, like, get married and, like, kiss and stuff.
Then what?
Nothing. Forget it. It's nothing personal. Oh, we do. How many toddlers could you take on in a fight? As many as I had to, baby. No, but he always had a sword. If you were a lawyer, why the katana? It's like the early 1900s. People had swords sometimes.
Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san. I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association! That's exactly right, yes.
Word perfect, in fact. Last night.
If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin?
Maybe he was sick, and he knew he was dying, maybe.
Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep? Well, yes. So deeply you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. For some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really?
It's gonna be her! Plot twist, maybe.
Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it. It's nothing, Sasu-san. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere! You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hiya!
I got flipped.
What the? That was a Susato takedown!
A Susato what? What martial art form is that? What if the chef made poisonous food to kill Kazuma? Maybe.
I'm gonna need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Ah, hello!
This is the beginning of the second one. I hope you're feeling a little better. Clara Dogford. Shout out to Claire. I don't think I'm gonna shout out Claire myself. Yeah, I hope you're feeling okay.
Yes, you're innocent. I need evidence.
But how am I supposed to? Feeling way better? Hell yeah.
Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not the guilty of this awful crime. I mean, it's this. It was stuck to the outside of the wardrobe. Present. Yes! Yes! Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, Was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same thing last night as well. Ah! Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them.
Boats and tragedy in this economy? Hi, G-Mama. I'm watching, y'all.
But if I really were the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside my wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san.
It's upside down. I've been flipped over.
Now, do you think you could perhaps help me up? Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Thank you. So you finally believe me.
Chibe, I love you.
I'm sorry, no. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position.
What does she think I am, a magician?
For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. All right, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example.
Right. Well, anyway, I should make start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Ars, hello. How are you? How are you?
Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death.
Okay. Yo! All right. We get to play a video game now. All right, let's start. Hello, he's still here. Let's look at this. Oh God, no, no, no. I want to look at the. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's look at that.
That's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty.
I mean, gosh darn conjure. I'm a conjuration magician. Conjuration magician.
Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here?
I'm not a dog, Sato-san. I ate at the table, of course.
Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor.
Space magic. Woo!
Kazuma-sama didn't like the chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it.
Which meant all the more for me.
Oh no! Does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly?
It immediately gets silly.
It's just too horrible.
Stop work. 6-day work streak. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we played this a while ago, but we never finished it, so I started it over. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach.
Oh dear, that won't do.
Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Welcome back, sir.
You're a lizard wizard.
Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly.
Yes, that's not good.
I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruto-san? You can, like, hit the left and right buttons. If you're not a baka.
B and M, you couldn't have used any other letters but B and M together. Yeah, I'm gonna take a BM in this game. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Now let's investigate all corners of this cabin.
I don't want to use the B and M buttons. I want to use my mouse.
Yeah, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now.
Oh my God! Turning my head a little bit. What an exciting game mechanic. Alright, let's look at the sword.
That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it.
Bees mutts stand for bowel movement. A poo-poo. A duty. A caca. A poo-poo.
That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that just shows how important it was to him. A duty. Now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Where? Was there... Okay, look at that. There's a kniff. There's... What's this? It's a little bell. What do you think this is? Looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing is, it appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little netsuki fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? Would he?
The wizarding powers. They must have been stuck, so they decided on a good BM. You resub? Oh no. Well, thank you. I don't know why not. I'm sorry.
And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It's a sort of a brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It is the color of a brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin.
I got an idea.
Did Kazuma write this before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. Poor Kazuma-sama! No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. Suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. You wrote in Russian for some reason.
Whoa! Star! Star with a gift! A gift sub! That's Cyrillic? Looks like an anagram. Maybe. I don't remember what the solution is. Thank you, Star! Oh my goodness.
I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does that mean, I wonder?
Just like old times. Ours! Tooting on my stream. Comfy detective so hard he tooted. Ah! You did a BM. Oh. Oh my god. I mean, it's right. They just don't know Russian. It's like the 1900s. This game takes place in the past.
It's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case.
Gay? I had the opportunity.
Ah, yes. I see it says this way up in Japanese. Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board.
It's lovely to have you ours. Oh my goodness. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabin. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
What? Why are you staring at me?
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking... Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I can't decide. Ah!
Ah! A hype train! You objected a hype train into existence, y'all. Alright, babies, here's the deal. For hype trains these days, I have bean boozled beans. Where are the other ones? I have more boxes of them. Here, they're right here. They're right here. Let's go. I'm going to eat the last bean in this one box that I have. Whoa! Well, with the gift sub to Steve Quesadilla. This one looks, it's brown and speckled. I don't have my hand cam set up anymore. So you're going to have to trust me. Here we go. Ah! Oh, I think this is stink bug. No! Oh, we got to level 2 with that last gift. So that means I'm gonna eat 2 more. But let me swallow this. Blah. Ah. Stinky bug for a stinky boy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, it's so hard to get down. Here I go. Now I have a peach flavored one and like a red speckled one. Oh my god. Bop, 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 bop. We pop out of sync with each other. It's like Mario and Peach and Mario 64. They're just like out of sync with each other. But perfectly aligned. Perfectly out of sync. Whoa! Happy Game Month! Boo, 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 boo. Alright.
Comfic 9 heart.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. I finished the 1 bean. Here we go. 2 beans at once. Ah. This is for Hype Train level 2. I think one of these is good and one of these is bad. Shout out to the gays. How much to have you double fist 2 boxes? 2 boxes? That's my whole supply. That would have to be like a lot. Well, I don't know where my 3rd box is. I got a pack of 3. But I don't know where the... I don't think we've gone through that many boxes. Maybe we have. Maybe this is the only box I got left. I'm not sure. I'm just asking. I've not gotten onions yet. And today, with the stomach day I'm having, I don't think I would have taken onions today. I tell you what. They don't go down easy. Because they're not cheesy. Oh my god. And I can't prove it to you anymore without a photo. Alright, let's get back to... Well, I got a hype train. I'll still eat more beans, but I'm gonna start reading the story again. Thank you all so heckin' much, babies. You're all the sweetest of hearts. Whatever you say, Chester Cheetah, I'm dangerously cheesy. Oh god, there, it swallowed it. It's over. It's all over. I couldn't tell you what flavors those were, but I didn't like it. But one thing's for sure, either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Alright, what about all this crap? Well, that's the mid-bits. Love you, Comfy. It's gonna read it.
And the last of my bits, Comfic 9 heart, love you, Comfy.
Thank you, B. I love you too. Oh my goodness. A bunion sandwich, beans and onions. The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they're all toppled in the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea, although he's fallen over as well. Oh, the onion sauteed? I would prefer that, I'll be honest with you. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mowed down at once. Listen. Listen. What kind of beans? If we get to a level 5 hype train right now, I'll make sure that there's a bunion sandwich ready to eat tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. But that's a lot. That's a bit we gotta get all the way to level 5. Like baked beans and raw onions and bread, I can make that happen. But we gotta get to level 5. Bean boozled beans and onions. I don't know if that would sandwich well. Eat the bean cuisine. bean cuisine. A can of baked beans, onions, and bread. Well, if we get to level 5, I'm not putting the bean boozleds in there. That doesn't make any sense. that won't like rest. It's the official title. Hype train success. Oh, the hype train's over. Thank you all so much. Oh my god, you're all such sweethearts. Bean cuisine, do it, do it.
I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training. Do you think?
Oh, I burped and it tasted like bean boozleds. Imagine a kid's cuisine, but it's comfy on the box and it's oops, all beans. Oops, all beans.
I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps it was you, Naruhodo-san.
Bean Farby, bean nuggets. Oops, all beans, beans cuisine. Oops.
I wouldn't have bothered with leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder?
Vero, hold on. Vero Sika streams. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew crew. How are you? Did you watch me eat some beans just now? Oh.
Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess.
You're messing up the crime scene. What are you thinking? At this point, we could all have Thanksgiving dinner with all the cursed food. It's true. I posted that cake the other day. Everyone really hated that in the Discord. In the Discord. Okay. There's crimes. There's crimes and clues about. We'll examine the table. Bean fries. That doesn't sound that bad.
I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place.
The table? Oh. No. Oh. Here we go.
There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all on the floor for some reason.
This is adorable. And hello, Starboy. Hello, Vero. How do I address you? Vero? Sika? Streams? Schmitza ketchup, milk. Some of that sounds good. My stomach's all weird, but like I kind of want a ketchup pizza right now. Is that weird? Am I pregnant? Is that what that means?
Yes, it's strange. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it?
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all.
So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama.
V is fine? Hell yeah. Does Comfy Catboy is pregnant? No. No. All right, let's look at that. Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. I don't know how straight Kazuma was.
Yes, his calligraphy was always a reflection of his heart.
Is Comfy pregnant? Absolutely a pleasure. Secretly a seahorse. Hee-haw!
Yet can you really look at these characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully?
Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to?
Even though you stowed away on the ship?
Uh-oh. Now you're gonna bring that up, are you? Always... Always a stowaway. You're new to stream, I would love to know your favorite food, your favorite cute thing, and your pronouns. And if you were wondering, hey, Comfy Catboy, what are your pronouns? Well, I'll tell you what they are. Always a stowaway, never a stow. I'm a stoat. Always a stowaway, never a stoat. Whatever stoats your goat. What does that mean? What does that mean? Bell Sands, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew crew. Ah, how are you?
Can't win.
Okay, I know I need to talk to that man. We're gonna look at the door though. Sushi comfy. Oh my goodness, be and they them. Hell yeah.
When I went to help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across the secure door shut. Whoa, a big sound outside. Bell Sands, I love you. Welcome. Pizza's my favorite. Bunnies are adorable. Pronouns are they, them. Hell yeah. Welcome in, baby. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of that cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Okay. So I think that we've looked at... Is the ink a separate thing? Oh, the desk.
This is where Dirk Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing.
Lip Bandit strikes again.
London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete.
Which means, what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? 2 years and 2 months and 14 days. Oh my goodness. Wait, there's a discrepancy. 13 days and 14 days, which is...
Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue.
Hi-ya! I've been flipped.
That's out of the question!
Definitely pregnant, she looked at me.
Huh? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important?
Alright, let's move over.
What's that?
Some 2 weeks since we set sail in Japan. From Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san?
Doesn't feel that long, but also longer. It started in COVID time, and COVID time is flexible, let me tell you. I think living isn't quite the right description.
Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been a rather exciting, making this voyage in your own little secret hideout.
The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception.
But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin.
No, sadly not. I didn't. But I does have to know. Just making sure I haven't missed anything. We gotta look at this thing. The ADHD space Catboy vibes are always something. That's me. That's always me.
This is, well, it's a bell cord contraption, I think.
What do you mean, contraption?
I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you have to pull to ring, which you can pull to ring to summon servants.
Really? That sounds almost magical. Crimson, hello. Shall we give it a little try?
Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously!
She always gets cranked up. 100%. That's me. What's up, people? Hello. We've rung a bell. How are you, Crimson?
I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people.
No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. Oh no, she's so sad.
I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin.
Isn't that a little odd?
What do you mean?
Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin.
Yes, it would appear to. You're right.
But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside.
That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that.
Pick the wrong stream to listen to while I'm working. No! Well, we're happy to have you. Just having some lunch. What do you got? What do you got for us, Crimson?
Suppose maybe that's it. Oh!
Hello.
Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, he looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall.
I don't know what to make for lunch. Make beans. Make a bean sandwich.
Naruto-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or any acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And he is investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing in it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him!
You're eating a sandwich from Subway, huh? What kind of Subway sandwich? They did the Belcord method for some graves. Yeah, because sometimes they weren't sure if somebody was like dead or not, so they like put a little string in the coffin so that if they were actually alive, if they woke up and were alive, they could ring the bell. And so that's what the graveyard shift, that's what the graveyard shift is named after, because they would have to have somebody at night like in range of these bells, you know. You have beans, a crime, a tragedy. Hot theory got knocked out by something in the food. Ventilation extra meant a poisonous gas. Ooh, maybe.
Am I just imagining it, or does Sado-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I suspect you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press space on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them.
Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman into my sights and see what he has to say for himself. A foot-long Mexicali sub. What's funny about that? Oh, I don't know. I'm glad you have a bussin' sandwich. Alright, let's talk with him.
Oh, please do!
Oh, yeah.
Whoop. Excuse me.
I don't know what voice to give this guy.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
This is a critical point in my investigation. Let's do something like that.
Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best.
Oh. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you people long. Ah!
What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now?
Oh! Got the Oshinoko eyes. Ah, I see. Fascinating.
Sorry, what do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me.
Turlock Sholmes! Oh yes, everything is clear now. Give him kind of like that transatlantic accent. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry?
What? I want those goggles. Hell yeah, me too. And now, while venturing towards foreign crimes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament.
Oh, well that's true at least. But how?
How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining.
Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else?
But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and you now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the bare-boned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. He looks so cool, but he's such a himbo. How could they make Sherlock Holmes a himbo? You may ask yourself. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes.
Just to be clear, you're talking about me, are you?
Is he gonna try and make us his Watson? Well, you'll remember that Watson died in the last case. He was Wilson. They called him Wilson. But that was him. Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill.
So it's true. It was you who did this, Kazuma-sama. What? And you're plotting a revolution too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen. There's no way Hi-ya! Now explain yourself. Tell us everything. This is ridiculous.
Oh. I thought I had to click something.
Oh, sorry. How could you do it?
For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously.
Oh, forgive me.
And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing towards Fort Climbs, do you find yourself in the most troubling predicament? Do you not?
Well, yes, maybe.
Ah, there you have it, you see. What do you make of that, hmm?
Well, to be honest, the ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it a deduction. It's more plain observation.
Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. Only sometimes.
I don't think you introduced yourself.
Can we change our name to Flapjack because we get flipped so often? Oh my gosh. Emmy, hello. Welcome, welcome.
Good to see you.
Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the great detective of the century, known to men and women of the world over. The inimitable? The inimitable Herlock Sholmes.
So, it's really you, the actual Herlock Sholmes?
This man might take my heart over Edgeworth. Man, in the like, the final, like, solving the crime sequence, they're both just, like, moving and grooving. I remember screaming the last time I played this, because I was just like, ah! The very same, what is this word? Inimitable? What is that word? The inimitable actual Sherlock Sholmes.
Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world, Naruhodo-san. Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him.
What planet have I been living on, then?
We must ask him what he's deduced.
Leopold is welcome. He's a little full of himself, yes. You can't imitate him. Is what? Inimitable? Am I pronouncing that right? Or are you just making that up?
He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure.
Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? What's up? Oops. Yeah, baby. If Sholmes solved the mystery as a mythical creature than the Mind Goblin. Would I mind gobbling up this case?
So you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again?
Wow, so the garbage trucks are here, and they're, like, really loud, so sorry if you can hear it. Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it?
No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. What a disaster. You read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Inimitable. Yeah, start playing the Ace Attorney, the original games. Those are great. They only get better. Like, each game gets better than the last of those three.
Oh, yes. Rents magazine full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially.
Ah, yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes.
So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then?
Indeed, I am.
You've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective.
Make no mistake, I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backwards. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detective achievements and chronicles them in this magazine.
You have a biographer? Do you?
Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London.
Dr.
Wilson? Pulls off the hat and the hair and goes with it to reveal is his bald. No, I don't think so. That'd be quite a twist. Yeah, do it, B. I'm excited for you. You're gonna love it. I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Unable to replicate or copy. Hell yeah, okay. Why, this very moment, I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of the cursed royal crown.
Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form.
Science? Really?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data. Data. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. Inimitable. Yeah. Vocab. Vocab! 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 So completely unique that no one could possibly ever make a character out of him. He is a copy of Sherlock Holmes, so it's like extra funny. Oh, excuse me. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. Boop. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago.
How can he look at me in the eye and claim that?
So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Tell me about Cosima, baby. Definitely, we're just friends.
Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet?
Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding spot? Place? Why'd I say spot? That's right. Splot. There's none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him.
I love being in the definitely just friend zone. They're just friends. It wasn't like Ryunosuke was hiding in the closet or anything. You know what I mean?
So when I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open.
And I concealed myself among that number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Holmes is on board.
Posture check, you got it. Thank you.
And these handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruto.
Ah.
The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh, really? 2 facts, you say?
2 facts. 2 chains. My favorite rapper.
Mr. Holmes, tell us, please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning?
Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me.
Yes, I understand. But what were they?
Allow me to elucidate. 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. It's not a good detective. Number 1, the cabin door was locked from within, rendering escape from the culprit out of the question. Number 2, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
Hold on, Mr. Holmes. What made you think the victim was Russian?
Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. This month is about coming out of the closet. They're all liars. He's so stupid handsome. That's the Russian word for wardrobe.
Do you really think the Kazuma could have left a dying message in Russian?
In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian.
Kazuma was Russian, was he?
Initially, I considered Garderop may perhaps be the name of a killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Herlock Himbo Sholmes.
Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly.
Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
Why is it that I'm Russian too?
I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you are acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people.
Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of Russian people? I had no idea.
And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze for the possible hidden details.
This was taken immediately.
This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed.
Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up.
Ouch! Emmy, thank you.
This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Dead as fuck. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, thank you.
Photograph was added to the court record!
Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes?
What, pray? Text was written pretty well by a dead man.
You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said that I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that.
Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth.
Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think?
Why is she believing any of this? I have no earthly idea how to pronounce that. Certainly, if it interests you. Sam Kazurker, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew crew. How are you? Welcome.
How many times? I'm not Russian. I don't speak Russian.
Your deduction just now. Yeah, Sholmes is looking pretty good.
Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean.
Ah, the now had. Blah, 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 blah. Well, do it. Blah, blah. Spam that. Blah, 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 blah. Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Sholmes is a nerd. You love my Abby. Thank you so much. Blah, blah. Anytime I get tongue-tied, we gotta spam the tongue emote. You want spaghetti meatballs? I want spaghetti meatballs. Oh, that sounds so good. I had a very light breakfast, and like, my stomach is upsetty spaghetti. So much so that I want spaghetti inside of it, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll go to the store, get some pasta.
Actually, it was the other details that I was hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part?
Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here, we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads. What do you mean the morning's paper? From where did you get the morning paper? Revolutionary villain Bolshevik. Villain. To that bumming in Yagi groceries, get spaghetti and the meatball. Please Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. What's a bergs and stuff? Yo, give me a berg. Give me a marg and a berg in that order. What do you mean it's only 10 a.m.?
Since when was Kazuma a Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded that he was a Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. What a beanberg? Oh, God. One who would kill the very man who helped him escape after this true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Villain Bolshevik.
No. How could it be me?
I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Woo! Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. A beanberg cooked in an onion. Ugh. Like you hollow out the onion.
Please.
I'm rubbing my eye. If my tracking goes crazy. Okay. And, I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list, need I say more?
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of the assassination, blowing up the Crystal Tower.
I love him. He's so ridiculous. Ah, yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds this man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews?
Get some help.
Used to make meatloaves and onions. Whoa. Whoa. A big ol' onion ring? Well, a ring is different than a whole onion. And for some reason, I'm just imagining the outside of the onion is like uncooked. You know what I mean? So the beef inside doesn't like get cooked all the way. Okay.
What about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan?
Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in the war-torn region of Afghanistan. Do a meatball inside an onion. Whoa. That's crazy. Yo, do it, Star. Hell yeah.
Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place.
They didn't have globes yet. Here, take the paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, thank you.
I've absorbed all that is of interest to me in its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well.
I do that.
I do that. On the back? Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two.
I will do that. Let's do it now. Chat. Look at her. She's beautiful.
This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruto-san? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess. Do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, don't you?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. I'm glad you've noticed this article. Allow me to...
How'd you get in this text box?
Woman. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Schultz.
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the infamous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
Why are the Russian names so hard to remember?
It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found missing from a dressing room. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles.
Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. Sato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
The company is most anxious to recover both Ms. Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? Does seem to be the Russian thing to do. I'm not even going to dignify that with response, Mr. Naruto.
Article about ballerina. Isn't that a kind of food? Pavlova is easy compared to the others. Great deduction. This man must be using the actual Sherlock's motto, which the original writer used to suggest absolutely bizarre things and then claim it as truth. In Zelda, they're rupees. Yeah, oh yeah. Rubles is real money. Okay. That's all about that. What you were just investigating?
Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you?
Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Hold on one sec. Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. It's got Windows XP installed. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary. Cosimo's keeping notes of the trip.
Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people.
There ain't no windows. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading.
You mean you've read it already?
It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, I believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese.
Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is.
She's not gonna do it.
Susato-san, aren't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruto-san. What on earth do you mean?
Life is so unfair. Yeah, so this is the second case. If anybody wants to sort of get caught up. Basically, the guy who got murdered was our definitely not boyfriend, Kazuma. And he was going from, this is like in early 1900s. And so he was going on a trip to Great Britain to like learn about how to be a lawyer and pick up how their legal system worked. Because Japan's legal system was not very good at this time, is the plot of this game, right? And so I had to prove myself innocent of a different murder, which I did, but that was, I'm not a lawyer myself, sort of, yet, right? But I'm also Phoenix Wright's, like, descendant, is what this game is about. So, because in the other game, his last name is Naruhodo, which in Japanese translates roughly to, I understand, or I see, right? So that's the fun of it. And so we just started this case. He just got murdered and all that stuff. Heck yeah, ours. So we're not a lawyer yet, but like there's a lot more cases to go. So something's got to give.
Life is so unfair.
Anyway, to return to the matter of hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. Yeah, that's right. Because the name, it's kind of hard to know that because unless you know his Japanese name, it doesn't ever like tell you that. But that is what it. They just kept his last name correct because it's all Japanese themed. I think this game had like a few issues. It was like the Herlock Sholmes thing, in getting it localized, but I think it was also a few of these kind of like cultural things as well. Because this game is like very rooted in sort of like just sort of the Japanese tradition and things like that. So maybe they thought the American audience wouldn't like it. They were wrong. This game's dope as fuck. Okay. Hell yeah. It would appear that the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author was cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to the details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
A smattering, dear boy, a smattering! Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. Ghost, hello, welcome, how are you?
Ha.
But this diary is littered with complicating-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. Ha 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 ha!
What is all that showing off about before then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'd much obliged, my dear madam.
The final entry here is Kazuma-sama's diary, consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
Loaded question, but I think I'm okay. I finally made it to one of your streams. Hello! I'm so glad. What do you mean loaded question? Loaded? Like a baked potato? Whistling sound. These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? Potato question. Hydrate, you got it. In Tom's defense, Japanese requires learning 3 writing systems. 3? What's the third one? I thought it was only 2. I trust you. I just didn't know that. Pup.
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
A ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring. You're gonna cut it. Oh, wait, is kanji... Kanji's like the symbols then, huh? that right? That's a lot. To the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. If the detective guy was to say R, I would have died. I don't think he will. I know that word.
Yes, the adjoining cabin. Cosima's diary
Has been entered into the court record. To speak it is different than to read it. Trying to learn Russian. Russian also seems pretty difficult. English is also pretty difficult, to be fair, but most of us don't even get it right at all. So I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
Ah, do you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writings in this diary have piqued my interest. Woo! The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to?
People say my native language is difficult. Which language is that? The reason I wanted to learn reading Japanese so I can read untranslated manga? I want it for nerdy reasons. It's so funny because I feel like I'm not in any real capacity, but like I feel like I pick up more sort of commonly used words from watching anime, which is kind of wild to think about. But like Cozy and I just parrot things that we hear all the time. We were watching the second season of Nagatoro yesterday, and they keep greeting each other. I couldn't Google this slang greeting because it just sounded like they kept like the on-screen translation was just sup, but like it sounded like they were saying chizu, but chizu is like cheese, I think. So like I was like, I don't know what they're saying, and I couldn't find like what like they were actually saying. I googled like Japanese like slang greetings and all this stuff. I couldn't find it. But we can't, every time they said it, Cozy and I are just like chizu. You're finished. Whoa. Especially because some mangas have never been printed in English. It's tragic. Great detectives are curious breeds. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exhalation. Speak Urdu fluently. Pakistani American. Yippee. Fun times. Whoa, that's impressive. I only know English. I took 3 years of Spanish. I don't feel like I could undergo even just conversational Spanish though. You know what I mean? So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough.
Do you think, perhaps, that we could go with you?
No, that would be somewhat complicated.
What? But why?
Simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer.
Oh, duh, I'm an idiot.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No.
There's no point in trying to turn it into a question.
It's been so long since I've been back for one of streams. I have so many questions. Ask away! I took Latin. Clara! Oh my gosh. Understand more Spanish than speaking? Like written, you mean?
You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place.
Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point.
You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago.
Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really.
So what, were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are.
Well, anyway, that was then and this is now.
What do you mean?
What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Ah ha ha ha! Super hard, I never got far. I bet. You change? When did I change it? A couple months ago, Emmy. I got a new model with some bells and some whistles. You know, this is the face of a criminal. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. It's happening. And if it gets dark, we could just chill. You just chill out, you know. Maybe he has the face of a guy who just lost his dead friend. His friend's dead.
Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruto-san, what were you just standing there for? Huh? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? Hi-ya! After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moment struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? Just gonna roll over and accept your fate? As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part.
What an asshole. I want him so bad.
I still think we have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Pretty flippin' hilarious. Sharku, hello!
Good idea! Situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still some things I can do to help myself.
Pancakes, that sounds pretty good.
And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice.
Oh!
Is that? Is something wrong, Naruto-san? Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. Where have you seen this guy before?
The only thing that made Sherlock Holmes bearable is John Watson keeping him in check. With Herlock here, without his guy, he's going to be completely insufferable. He gets a sidekick again. Don't worry.
He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir.
Father, tell me, when can I leave to be on my own?
Yes, what can I do for you?
Recognize that face, but it can't be.
It's the coughing detective. He's Japanese.
It is. Burn, hello.
You can't throw stuff at me? Oh, darn. Oh, no. I burned.
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga.
Get that blood away. Come on. Hello again.
What are you doing here?
I think that should be my lie. I was so stunned when I saw you. My heart stopped. He was in the last case, everyone, but he was pretending to be a waiter. Why is my face? Oh, you got shouted out. But he was revealed to be a detective. And now he's here.
Nearly stopped, I hope.
Ah! Guys, you can't just throw things at me, even though I give you all the power to just throw stuff at me. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of this crew and board the ship. Ah! Ah! The fact that y'all are supposed to be detectives and can't recognize a simple thing. Ah! 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 Bombastic eyes, bombastic. Oh my god.
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
Ah! Bombastic side-eye. Animal abuse is real. I'm being bullied. Ah! If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask.
Never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Ah!
Oh. I'll hydrate. There's a hydrate in there. Hell yeah, Ferd. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll get a broom. Yeah, we need a broom and a mop, maybe.
So what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
World Star. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. I don't do curse comfies anymore, no. It doesn't really work with this, unfortunately. I have a lot of plans for other stuff, but I haven't had a minute to really, like, implement them. I wanted to say implicate. I'm playing this game, and then I got stuck on implicate, but I was like, that's not the right word. What is the right word? And then I got stun locked. Go get your food, Star! V, I love you. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Bodyguard. Ah! It was the Minister of Justice, Jigoku, who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. You want to test something? Uh-oh. He entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that even have been a possibility? Ah! You did it! You've learned the secret, Sharku. How could that have even been a possibility? I'm not sure. These are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku would have been prepared for all eventualities.
This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort.
Yay!
This includes the 8-pound bag of fruity dino bites. I want that. Excuse me, that sounds good. I'm gonna need a bigger broom. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night every day. I never imagined it would happen here inside his own cabin, not here in the first class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize.
Inspector.
So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word.
Permission to investigate, please, baby, baby. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves.
I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer?
Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin.
I'm sorry.
What?
You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of this cabin door, that stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two.
Heck yeah, Ghost. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well.
Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I had solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
But I don't see how... There may be a way. Huh? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Evidence?
It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence. So, evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. It's the journal thing.
Let me present the evidence, baby, baby. Oh. I think I need to back out of this. Present. So it's, yeah, it's that. What's that?
It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, It looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Speckled band? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is...
Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin.
That's right. So if we can investigate there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was.
All right, then. Can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. Captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders?
I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asugi-san safe. This is the least I can do.
Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last. Move? On my keyboard? Okay. Sure. I can do that. Sasato-sama. Sasato-san, I mean.
Seems to have a disease. He's got yeah, his coughing, his blood cough disease is like very serious. I didn't ever talk to this guy. Or maybe I don't get to talk to him.
Excuse me.
What?
I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside?
I think he's gonna just tell me no. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true, I see.
Sorry?
The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape? Very funny.
We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping.
Niet. Stay in this cabin until the next port, and it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay!
Alright. There's no point in trying to appeal this man's better nature, that's for sure.
Okay, but that's old. I was supposed to talk to him earlier. So, let's move, baby. Also, hold on one sec. I have my Xbox controller on the ground, but it was up against something, and every time there was like an exciting thing happening on screen, the controller was vibrating, but I'm not playing with the controller. I'm playing with mouse and keyboard. So, oh, look at all these places we can go.
Whew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on the study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, over there.
There's a man behind me. You can't really... There he is.
Oh, look over there. There's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs. Naruhodo-san, you look just like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know. But the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've just been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look.
I'm excited for the Cherry Blossom Trees Nightmare. But I haven't played Minecraft in a spicy little minute. Let's examine not the crime scene.
Ship protocols. That's a huge book on the top of the table there. There's a pen next to it. Yes, it looks like the ship's log. Shall we have a little look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such a beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. Thought he might appreciate the compliment. Would have been a mess if he got seasick. I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. She thought she had a big think about it. Well, look at the man. Hello. Excuse me, but could I ask you something?
You little stowaway murderer.
That wasn't a good start, was it? All right, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something with you?
You little third-class lady's maid.
Oh. Seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san.
I am not Sailor. My mother gave me this name. I am Senior Crewman Biff Stroganoff.
His name is Beef Stroganoff! Stop. Stop it. Oh my god, you have to stop.
Ooh, the best thing is just avoid eye contact, I think. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area.
We are here in the finest part of the Burya steamship for very important reasons. Persons.
What sort of very important persons?
No, G-Mama!
Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons.
Ah!
That is why I am always guarding this place.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I left stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal.
Thank you? If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asaki's currently occupied?
Ah!
What? Susato-san, do you understand that? It sounded like, duh. I think it's probably Russian for yes, or no. Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
It's non-Harry Zangief. He's got like burns or something. He looks like a barber pole, you know what I mean?
Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing.
Passenger in the next door cabin.
Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asaki's?
His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He is very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman?
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of Student Boy.
His muscles scared away the hair.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands.
Everybody in this game hates Japan. It's so wild. They are just like dunking on the Japanese at all times. It's crazy.
That was harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard?
That is not your business.
Come to think of it. Even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not your business.
Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff?
Duh, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is a sad truth.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
Did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
It!
Maybe.
Sasato-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no.
That's neat in the head, I guess.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
You think it's gonna be Sasato? Maybe. Helheim, you got a joke. Okay, hit me. You didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way?
I said no!
Sorry.
He's a pushover. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. I could have sworn he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
He's lying.
Uh-oh. Have I heard the joke about gaslighting? No?
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh.
It's time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
Yeah, you have. I didn't mean to hit both the rim shot and the vine boom at the same time, but I think it sort of worked.
Yes, all right.
Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
Gonna watch the new Spider-Man movies. I'm excited to see them. Everybody's real hype about them.
Good, now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Definitely.
Hell yeah!
Alright, let's look at the stuff again.
The book on top of there was really huge. There's a pen with it, too. Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log.
Should I have a look through it? Okay, we already did this. Writing is so neat and precise, but it wasn't checked off.
Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank.
Yeah, you said there's nothing to report. Oh, okay. My friends say it ends in a cliffhanger, or to be concluded. Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
That's the way to the second class area of the ship.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me. I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No, I started it with my talk of running away. There's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. Alright, we got, not a stool, the book, we got the ship section.
Looks like the plan of the SS Buria.
Is the SS Buria also a pun? I can't tell.
The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but
how is it such a huge hump of metal? It doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean. Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
Is it?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so. The first Spider-Verse movie was like really excellent. And I'm excited about the second one. I thought it already came out, but I was wrong. It's coming out now. It's out now. Shoot you dead is such a funny thing to say. Because a gunshot usually meant death. Yeah.
Shoot you dead down to the ground.
I mean, it means that now, too, usually. There's a bell. Bell, bell, bell. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Unless you're shot in the leg, maybe. What if it's a very big bullet? Like a huge bullet.
Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Oh. This I have to see.
What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it! This is an emergency situation. Look at these handcuffs. You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop, the ship included. You have to do something foolish. At least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. All right, all right. Did Dick Cheney get shot in the face? I didn't know that. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. This is the one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that. He saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Bonk, bonk. No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream, it must have been a woman. Stand aside. Wait.
Oh, I'm about to break down the door.
Mr. Sholmes!
I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes.
With a shotgun? Whoa. That's wild.
This door doesn't appear to be bolted.
It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch my muscular urge? Wait, pray, can I kick?
I think I should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief.
Oh, Dick Cheney did the shooting. Oh. Didn't he, like, shoot his son or something? Whoa, who's that?
Well, who are you?
A Western gentleman. This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream.
A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin.
This is just like my cabin.
True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed?
Get out, all of you, now!
Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylett, I believe. Ah! Hydrate, you got it. Ah!
Yes, that's me, and you are?
I'm the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt. Check the closet, it's open, it's wide open.
No.
I'm a great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. Welcome back, Star. So I assure you, you may trust me completely.
The man uses that magazine like a business card.
Harry Whittington, I don't know who that is.
A detective? I do not trust detectives.
We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case?
What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that?
Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk?
Don't look at me.
Crab ring, it's wiggling.
Oh my, did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, the case just shook.
Leave, now! Otherwise I'll call the steward.
So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylett. There's no doubt about it. The strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
This me. What you doing? What you doing in there? I dyed my hair again. Yo, what colors? I want crab rangoon. I want any food right now. I'm like hungry. Or Doritos. I want Doritos right now. All right, what are you doing in there, Herlock? Are you playing your Nintendo Switch, maybe?
Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes?
Chocolate Pocky bussin', jealous. You need only address me as Sholmes.
That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there?
28 stab wounds with these scissors. Why, I was resting, of course.
Resting?
Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Purple and red, or sorry, red and blue, but it's mixing to purple. That's kind of cool, actually. You're like a VTuber. You have VTuber hair. I want to see it. If you feel like you want to share, you don't have to by any means, but we got a Discord. I'd love to see it. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of deduction into service.
Oh!
And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken?
Well, no, actually, you're spot on, for once.
Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylet, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why, the truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Like, you guys, I'm really enjoying Comfy Stream. I got a YouTube channel. Thank you, Star. I have 5 YouTube channels. There's probably at least one of them that you will enjoy the content of. I assure you. Though it should be pointed out... Oh, I read that. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Just keep copying. He's a master detective, you see. Would you like to witness it?
Oh, yes, please.
Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Okay. Collected channels like Pokemon. You one more to make a team. I have 7 technically, but I've abandoned 2 of them basically. I don't highlight them. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on his account of his dubiousness?
I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone.
That's
right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially in first meeting, but I once read, "It is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment."
Shh, I must have complete silence. Well, what are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylet, I have reached 2 incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number 1, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Ugh. And number 2, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Getting a horrible haircut, maybe. Does it not? Ugh.
Oh, Naruhodo-san! I never would have imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes.
Alright, goodbye, Ars. Yeah, we'll be playing this tomorrow. In theory. Why is that guy holding scissors? It's very important. Or it's very, questionable, I mean. That was a great deduction.
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
What? What an ineffable twaddle.
Oh yes! I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true!
I can hardly believe it, but all the color is drained in Mr. Roylet's face. He just made claims without proof he did it. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How could you? How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well, then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Choo-choo, baby. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Oh! The great deduction! The game is afoot. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, I forgot how cool this is. Topic 1, old man's identity. I forgot how fun these are. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylet, obviously what catches the eye in the first place, is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? Board a train, but we're on a boat. Kurlok's gonna be a huge help in this case or a real pain. Yo, it's a Phoenix Wright game. Or an Ace Attorney game, you know. The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away that copious beard you sport. Uh-oh. Now, moving on. Whoa, the style of him. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Royler? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Woo! Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular, the fascinating front page article. Which, it would appear, you have read also, Mr. Roylet. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik Flees Russia via Shanghai. Woo! As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Villain Bolshevik! Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. A revolutionary on the run. Okay. Topic 2, baby. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion. True. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over here. Over there. Where? Oh, yes, Mr. Roylet. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies there in the furtive glance, where the furtive glance falls. Proof of your crime sits before our very eyes, that traveling case. No. It is time, I think, that case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps, or one slight enough to fit therein.
Don't be absurd.
And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless Doyle, what? Betrays you. But the villain has a long face and a handlebar mustache. It could just be a trick of the camera. We don't know. Once again, we only need to follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. There is another most stimulating article. Woo! If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page, renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline could lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Kidnapping of a young ballerina. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky. I need a Herlock Sholmes game yesterday. This is the Herlock Sholmes game, Star. This is it. Wow, there's some loud noises coming outside of my window. I don't think you can hear them, but sorry if you can. Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but... Voice sort summoned Morty. Hello, hi Morty. Hi Morty. Hi Morty. Hello Morty. These two men look nothing like each other. Ah, yes, I recall a discussion earlier, and at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary. Well able to revolutionize his own appearance. Fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do. That's not the point. And another thing. The part about him abducting the ballerina. Two cases a bit too far-fetched. Requires proof of the woman to be inside. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old in that case, even if you pushed really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain liveness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour punch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus! Mr. Naruhodo, some things occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical! His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off. I use better logic than Sholmes. Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Mr. Sato. It's just one or two keywords in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some keywords in his deductions? Yes, but very tactfully. I sure feel if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Ah ha ha ha! It's not that funny. Ah, you, my good fellow. Alright, goodbye, G-Mama. Sorry. Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Ooh. Ah! Where are your handcuffs? Huh? How did... I felt they might hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrist when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. I love the hat flip also. Oh, I love it. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. So, the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place. Excuse me. Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand? Wait. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard of your spot.
I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. Doesn't quite sit right with me, though.
It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Royland either.
Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong.
Let's try to switch a keyword here, Naruto-san, and see if it helps matters.
Alright, but how?
I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Royland.
I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on.
Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better,
Then what?
then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruto-san.
Why am I the one to do something about this? I'm out of tea. No, I hate it. Please stop praising the crazy man. Well, anyways, let's see if there's anything we can even do to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Royland really going to use those enormous shears for? Oh! Now wait just a minute. The golden locks? That seems maybe like the right thing. Woo! Oh! Look at him.
You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away those golden locks you sport.
Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man.
You're not a man at all, you're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair,
One's still very much in her youth.
Oh no. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected.
Why, hello, good to see you. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary.
no. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you?
What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise, Naruto-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room, deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything, Baka. This is strictly business.
Yes, I understand. Stop it. Say no more. Shut up.
Anyway, let's focus on the next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true, given that Mr. Royland is actually a woman.
Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needed to try and hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Who could it be? Oh my god! Who could it be now? Oh, oops. It's her. Let's present it. Yes! Wow! Erection.
The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina.
That's right, you've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Whoa! Oh! It would appear we are finally able to address you as your true name, by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich primas... Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina,
Ms. Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! No. Whoop. So dramatic. Wow, look at her. I love her.
You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. I faked the deep voice. Did you like it? Were you impressed? But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. A ballerina on the run. I've never seen deduction so dramatic. I love it. It's my favorite.
What a transformation! Now, as for my second conclusion, you are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. Proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case.
This woman is a ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. But clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm gonna have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Schultz? Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. Oh, what is that? Oh my god.
Yes!
Yes! The tiara. Oh, baby. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Huh. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not?
Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft.
Oh no!
Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you.
Ah!
How did we get from Cosmo's murder to this? That's a good question. Well, this is the neighboring room, so we're trying to figure it out.
What she's doing there? I have no one, no family, no friends. I am alone, and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself.
What did I miss? A lot, Shark.
She must have been extremely lonely. All right, I will tell you everything. There's no point in hiding it now.
Oh! Come, come, let us not be hasty.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you would wish to remain closed.
Oh.
Is that not so, Ms. Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup de double betrays you. Once again, we only need follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is the written in the books on the shelf. What?
What? He's completely changed tack with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you?
Big Reese's cup, yo, hell yeah. He is gonna make another wild accusation.
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that she doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still, Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself, too. There has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree. That's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookshelf.
It's, this. The rules of passage.
Yes!
Yes!
Boom, baby!
Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents.
As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord.
Which leaves but one possibility, Ms. Pavlova, inside your traveling case. Oh! Wow! Is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet. Ah! I love them so much. It's cold. Put on a blanket. Wear it. I want a peanut butter cup. I can't have a peanut butter cup. Don't be greedy. Deduction complete. Elementary.
Yay! Bum 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 bum. So clearly you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimsby Roylet. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said is correct.
I can have one? Ooh. Thank you. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Stowed? I don't think that's right.
Which couldn't have been easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she have really snuck on board without being noticed?
In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone.
So, if it was just you, about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin?
That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally.
More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself? So that no one would recognize me. Oh. As a result, you transform yourself into that questionable old man, I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop the screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all of my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and...
At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door.
Things like that happen sometimes, don't they?
Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time.
Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You are right, it is my dear friend inside, my only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone if the captain finds out, if you say anything to any of the crew.
Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night.
Yes, all right. I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, wasn't it something? Mr. Sholmes' great deduction! It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Ms. Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible.
Indeed, it is incredible. Stop. That was an A and B conversation, Sholmes. And one more thing.
Oh, yes? What?
Observe your wrists.
My...
Boom.
Ah! Your hands are cuffed again.
What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles.
When and why? There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, but it can't be helped at the moment.
Can't it really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Ms. Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote in the diary really was.
Alright, let's talk to you. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night?
One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine.
Oh!
That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking?
Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded.
Perhaps everyone aboard would have noticed if that had happened. Ms. Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life.
You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes, and the crew of this ship, they have all been kind to me.
I've got a little mouse wheel. What's happening? I guess it's fine. I don't know.
They let me come on board and they say,
oh! Naomi, Blueheart, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mew crew. How are you?
They let me come on board and they say I can hide in this cabin.
If that is indeed the truth, Ms. Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Me?
Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Ms. Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but...
Conundrum! Whoa! Ms. Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Burya stopped by no port last night.
Ah, that's it, of course.
Oh, shoot. Everything's fine. I knocked my cup over. So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard?
Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard.
What if they're trying to kill her instead of this guy? Maybe. That is not your business.
Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens because I am an angel. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist the touch of a dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same.
A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from the wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, in fact.
Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened.
But something happened.
So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious...
Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt.
Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. What sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? Maybe an adorable little rabbit.
No. Ah, you credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you?
Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then?
You may well ask. I have no idea. Stop. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken.
Really?
Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it can satisfy the needs of sustenance.
So you'd eat your friends, I'll remember that.
It's probably a mouse. It's not a chicken. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. Ah ha ha ha!
She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it.
What? This? Oh. Wait, I can't present things here. Presenting things is a different this. Here we go. Maybe the picture?
Miss Pavlova, would you take a look at this? I don't know. I don't know anything. Naruhodo, you're frightening the poor girl.
It's not that.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to.
Maybe... Oh, maybe the speckled band. Yeah, here we go.
This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m., I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then, a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m., it looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentioned joins this cabin, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together.
Her friend's a parakeet.
Oh. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? The speckled band? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you, or the whistling sound, perhaps? No, I don't know anything. Oh.
Well, alright, I guess that's it. Doesn't know nothing. Knock, knock. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes, what?
Wow, she's fast.
Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I will come now. It is me, I am Roylott.
What?
You must leave, now.
Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Miss Roylott, Mr. Roylott.
Get out! The passenger said out. Do you want me to throw you out?
Looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Ms. Pavlova's cabin, we are unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. To be continued. Oh! Well, heck, y'all. That might be a fine place to end things for today. We'll save. That one section was almost 3 hours long. Can you believe it? Additionally, that audio glitch didn't happen. I know, you'll have to come back tomorrow to see the thrilling conclusion. I love doing that voice so much. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna save, overwrite this save spot. Okay. And then we'll come over. I'm small, I'm little. Hello! Thank you all so much. Let me put the music on. There we go. Thank you all so much. Cliffhangers, I'm sorry. Hydrate, I can do that. Thank you all so much. I'll be back tomorrow. I think we can finish this case up tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. 9 a.m. West Coast American time. It is noon. It is just before noon for me right now. Excuse me. So adjust your clocks accordingly. We're going to find somebody to raid, but in the meantime, I have a few things I'd like to share with you. We have my card link. That is a one-stop shop to all things Comfy Catboy. If you would like to follow me on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, the card is the best place to do that. We also have the Discord link. It's a beautiful place full of lovely people, and I would love to see you there. If you want to extend this good time off stream. And last but certainly not least, we have the my YouTube links. I have 5 YouTube channels, as I mentioned earlier, and I'd love it if you check them out. If you feel like you'd have a good time looking at those dang old things. Oh, we're gonna raid Sharku. Sharku just went live. There's an ad though. Is this Indiana Jones? Is that Maggie from The Walking Dead? Whoa. They're just starting, but it's perfect timing. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to hit that raid button, baby. I love you all dearly. If you are a subscriber, you can copy and paste this. That is our raid message. And if you're not a subscriber, hey, give it a think. Give it a think. Give it a think one time. It helps me out. No pressure, of course, but it helps me out a lot. And I love to see it. I love you all dearly. I hope to see you tomorrow. And have a lovely rest of your Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, baby. We're halfway there. Living on a raid.